What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Judah, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Dennis.
Shout out, Dennis. Thanks for taking over last week. Hopefully, we'll see more of Dennis in the future as well. If you didn't catch the episode, check it out. Dennis did a great job.
Yeah.
But we've got a lot to talk about. The Premier League is insane. Absolutely insane. Some crazy matches this weekend. A lot of goals. A lot of interesting decisions by the referees.
Interesting is the word. Interesting. That is the word.
That's usually the word you use when you don't know how to describe anything, or it's not good, but it's not bad, but it's just something.
Maybe some of it is bad.
Some of it is bad. So maybe interesting is not the word. Anyway, we've got a lot to talk about. So let's get into it. This is What the Football. Okay, Judah.
Yes, boss.
Let's start with probably the game everybody's talking about by now. City, Tottenham.
Oh, yeah. Great game.
Great game.
Great game to watch.
A lot of goals.
Yeah, 6 goals, 3-3. I think many people expected City to win.
Yes.
Especially because Spurs have come into this with 3 straight losses.
Yep.
In the league.
Yep.
Lost to Chelsea, lost to Wolves, lost to Villa.
Yep.
But they've done themselves well. Gone to the Etihad, come out with a point.
Yeah.
They've done well.
Yeah. Let's talk about the decisions.
Okay.
Or the one decision that was
towards the end of the game.
Probably the most costly decision for them.
So are you talking about the foul on Haaland, then he gets up and plays the ball to Grealish, where the ref, it feels like he's giving the advantage, but then calls it back?
Yes, that one. I think that was the only one that was...
I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say.
What was comical was watching it back, because we watched the match.
Yeah, we did.
And then we watched the sort of the post-match breakdown by all the pundits and everything. And what was comical was watching it replay, and you see the events happen just all like a movie.
Yeah.
So Haaland gets the ball, gets fouled, but gets up, keeps going, and the ref's but he doesn't blow the whistle. And then I don't know who it is. I think it's maybe Ake or somebody who plays the ball, or maybe it's Roger.
No, it's Grealish.
Oh, it's great.
No, it's Haaland.
Haaland plays the ball to
so
Grealish.
Haaland is fouled, but gets up immediately and plays the ball to Grealish.
So when he plays the ball and Grealish gets the ball, that's when he goes.
Yeah, the funny thing is, so if you look at the replay, it feels like when Haaland is fouled, he wants to give the free kick, which is fine. It is a foul. But then he sees Haaland get up, and I think he gives the advantage. Then Haaland plays the ball to Grealish. I have no idea why he then blows the whistle at that point in time.
I think it's just delayed response.
But he had already, you could see his reaction. He had stretched his hand forward to signify that, okay, there's an advantage, and I'm going to give that. And that is what, bro, we've been watching football for years.
Can we say that that's bad refereeing? Can we say that?
In that instance, I can say it. Yes, it is bad refereeing.
Yeah.
Because the team that should have gotten the free kick for the foul still have possession of the ball. You had stretched your hand forward to show that you were giving them the advantage. They still had the ball. Now, it's not like they had lost it. Because part of the idea is if there's an advantage and the team actually loses the ball, there's no longer an advantage, then you can pull it back for the free kick.
Right.
But they still have the ball. That's the idea of an advantage.
Yeah. I wonder if from where his perspective was, he thought, oh, Grealish is about to get, just smothered by Spurs players.
Then allow him get smothered.
Yeah.
Allow that happen, and then you can pull it back after that has happened. Well, Grealish is a fast boy.
True. Yeah, he was pretty much...
He has speed in his legs.
He was pretty much...
Allow him to get smothered or whatever. Allow him to get smashed or bashed or whatever.
Yeah.
But give him the opportunity to use the advantage.
Yeah. It was like a half advantage, basically.
Whatever it is, just give... bro, the game is almost over.
Yeah.
City are disappointed that they are drawing at home.
Yeah.
It's 3-3 in a game where they had always led and been pulled back. Except for the first goal, which Spurs score. So Son scores first.
Right.
Actually, Son scores on the both ends. Yeah, because he scores the goal to give Spurs the lead.
Goal, yeah.
And in less than 2 minutes, I guess, or in about 2 minutes, he scores on the other side to bring City back into the game to make it 1-1.
Yeah.
But City make it 2-1. Lo Celso brings them back into the game.
Yeah.
City makes it 3-2. Kulu brings them back into the game.
Yeah.
So at that time, City are doing anything they can to get the win.
Mm-hmm.
But the advantage is taken out of it. I think it's, in that moment, I would say it's bad refereeing.
Yeah.
And I don't think this season has been good for officiating in the Premier League.
I feel like so far that's the biggest thing we've talked about
this season.
Like we as in just collectively, everybody's talked about the refereeing.
This season.
And just how bad it's been.
Now, it's not like it was always perfect before this season.
Sure.
But this season, the officiating has just been comical.
Yeah. It's been pretty bad.
It's just been funny. I have nothing against, what's his name? I think Simon Hooper, the guy who did, who refed the City Spurs game.
Mm.
But that's the same guy who refed the Spurs Liverpool game.
Yeah.
Now, the big issue in that game was the goal that should have been, but never was.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of like a VAR thing because he was the on-field guy. But it's just, there's controversy everywhere you look, man.
Yeah.
Everywhere you look.
Yeah.
Even in some of the other games, which I hope we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Also, refereeing comment.
Yeah.
It's tiring, man. We just want to talk about football.
True. Yeah. City are going to feel like this is probably a loss.
Yeah, it's 2 points dropped.
2 points dropped.
For them, it's 2 points dropped.
But it feels more like a loss than just 2 points dropped.
I'll just say it's 2 points dropped. Because the other thing for them is, so while Spurs came into this game with 3 losses, City have now gone, I think 3 draws.
Yeah, I think so.
4-4 with Chelsea, that's crazy game.
6 points dropped, I think. Yeah.
2 points dropped there. Now I think that was actually 1 point gain for them because the ref cannot, but that's a discussion for another day. 1-1 against Liverpool, they might feel like that was 2 points dropped.
Yep.
Now, 3-3 against Spurs.
Yep.
So, well, I think the Premier League just keeps giving.
That's true.
Just keeps giving.
Yep. Anyway, that's that match.
Yeah.
And quite a crazy match. I wonder if City are feeling a bit of the loss of some of the players that have left them in the summer transfer window. Players like Mahrez, players like Gundogan, who went to Barcelona. I mean, those players were solid players who at times were game changers for them, especially Mahrez. How many times did Mahrez come off the bench last season and make a difference? Which Grealish did that today.
Yeah, he did.
But Grealish is having sort of a funny season where he's got Doku starting in front of him.
Yeah, but Doku is a great player.
Yeah.
Great player in the sense that he's having fun. So I do agree with you. I don't think losing Mahrez and Gundogan is something you can just brush off.
Yeah, because they never fully replaced them.
Well, they got replacements, but... So, like in the midfield,
they didn't replace those players. What those players bring to the table, they didn't bring anybody in that can do.
Well, for the Mahrez Doku one, I think he's close. Mahrez Doku is close compared to like Gundogan Kovacic or Gundogan Nunes, the guy they bought from Wolves. So I think the Doku one is the closest that they did. Or you see somebody like Laporte who left, but Guardiola comes.
Oh yeah. Where did Laporte go?
Saudi, Al Nassr.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's also in Saudi.
Wow.
But you also remember that KDB is still out.
KDB is still out.
That's another one. But they play the Spurs team that have like 6 to 8 players out.
Injured, true.
Yeah, Madison is out.
True.
Van der Ven is out.
True.
What's his name? Perisic is out. Bentancur is out. You could count like 8 or so guys who were not there. Romero didn't play. Eric Dyer didn't play. So you could think of all of that. Papesa.
Okay, yeah.
And all of that. So
wow, yeah. They have a lot of injuries.
Yeah, they do have guys who are out. So I think it's Definitely City are disappointed. There's no doubt about that. But you move on, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, just a quick one though. We got Rico Lewis coming on for City, and Calvin Phillips is on the bench.
I think he should just leave in January.
Yeah.
I agree. That's my only take on that. Even if it's just a loan.
That's crazy to me.
If it's a loan move or a loan deal, whatever. Now, the thing is, I don't know, is Calvin Phillips a more offensive player, a more defensive player? Because I think Rico Lewis is definitely much more offensive than defensive. But as I think Phillips, he's won a lot of things without even playing so much.
True.
So he can claim to be a Champions League winner. Not claim, he is a Champions League winner.
True.
Just because he was in the squad.
True. Yeah.
He's a Premier League winner because he's in the squad.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things he's won with City, I think, over the last 2 years. He's been there for like 2 years now. I could be wrong. But the funny thing is, I think Southgate will still call him for the Euros stuff.
Yeah.
And that's kind of surprising.
That is surprising, yeah.
But I think not just for the call-up for the Euros, which I think he should get, which I think if he wants to get, he should play more. So I think come January, he should just go on loan. If City can't get to sell him, let him go on loan somewhere. Anyway, Everton. Go to Everton. I think they'll take you for a 6 months loan to the end of the season.
Arsenal will take him.
If you need to, yeah. If you need to.
I've always been a big fan since I've seen him
Phillips
come on the scene. So
very good. That's
it just shocks me that like you got a player like him just warming the bench. That to me is just weird.
It's like you guys, you have Cedric Suarez. He's also warming the bench.
I really felt that actually yesterday watching the match.
He's also
I actually really felt that. And you know, he's such a good guy actually, Cedric. He was singing the song at the beginning when the whole crowd is singing. He's singing the song with them. I thought that was such a wholesome moment. Yeah. But I felt that yesterday seeing him. I'm like, man, got this guy. He's on the bench.
I think he has his name on a particular seat there. Nobody takes that seat. He's always on the bench.
I feel for him.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Anyway.
But funny enough, this 3-3 game, City Spurs, favors you guys.
It does.
So congrats.
Thank you.
Where?
When we were watching the game, I told you, like, I feel like it's going to be a draw. And
you said 2-2.
What was funny was you said, if it's a draw, it needs to be 3-3.
I'm back. I guess I'm back.
Well, you got one right.
Well,
remember when we did the Women's World Cup stuff?
Oh, man. Bro, then I was like off it, man. I was just off. I was totally off.
Anyway.
I think then I was just letting my emotions leave me.
Okay, anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
As we're talking about refs, Chelsea-Brighton, you had a lot of emotions.
Yeah, I didn't like some of the decisions in that game.
Yeah.
So my first issue was the red card for Gallagher.
Mm-hmm.
The first yellow card, no issues. That should be a yellow card.
Sure.
The second yellow card, I felt like that was so harsh. Number one, because I think that was the next foul after the yellow card one. I could be wrong, but I think that's the next one. So we've watched football enough times where somebody gets the first yellow card and his next foul, if the ref doesn't do anything, he does maybe talk to the captain like, hey, tell this guy to calm down.
True.
Now he is the captain, so just talk to him. And tell him, hey, bro, I see you. I'm counting this.
Yeah.
You're on your last life or something.
Yeah.
That's his next foul. You give him the yellow card. The second thing is, I feel like he actually did win the ball. Because if you notice when he makes the tackle, his leg is wrapped around the ball, at least I think his right leg. Now his left leg is kind of bent and whatever happens. But I felt like that was harsh. But it is what it is. Red card, he gets sent off. And that's in the first half.
Yep.
My second issue with the refereeing decisions in that game is the penalty that Chelsea get. So Modric is played on goal. I think Milner is the guy following him. Now everybody knows that Modric will win Milner in a race. If it's just for speed, Modric is supposed to be, I'm saying supposed to be, just in case for some reason he was drunk or something.
Bro, this isn't the Sunday League. This is the Premier League, okay?
So Modric is supposed to be faster than the guy. Modric is faster than the guy. Gets to the ball before Milner does.
Yeah.
Milner fouls him as the last defender.
Yeah.
Chasing somebody who is through on goal. What is that?
That's the decisions
That's a red card.
the decisions seem to be inconsistent because I'll be honest, like watching it, especially in the replay, it felt more like it was just like a sort of coming together of the players. That's what it felt like to me. But I thought that was an interesting thing where you gave the penalty
and you give him a yellow card.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
So if VAR, first of all, the ref didn't give anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's my issue with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
So he gave no foul, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, play on. VAR actually pulls him up and says, hey, dude, you need to go check this out.
Yeah.
He goes to the screen, sees that it's a foul, because from the replays, you can see whether you call it a coming together or whatever, it is a foul because Milner brings him down. Then you give the penalty and you give him a yellow card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's definitely the last defender. He brings someone down who's strong goal and you give him a yellow card. That is a red card offense. That's number 2. My third issue with the guy was the penalty he gave to Brighton in the 97th or 98th minute.
Yeah, where he thought that it hit the face or whatever.
So I think whoever it is, Adingra or someone is trying to cross the ball and he hits Levi Colwill on his face.
Yeah.
But as usual, his hands are up because he's trying to make himself big, but not with his hands.
Sure.
When the ball hits his face, all the Brighton players surround him and they're claiming it's a handball. And he gives the penalty for handball.
Yeah.
He definitely did not see it.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like there are two things that are happening here. Number one, he assumed that it was a handball.
Mm-hmm.
And you did say something, which is from the angle.
It's probably from the angle.
The angle where he was.
Because his hand went up as well.
Yeah, the angle where he was. That's number one. Number two, it could just be seeing all the Brighton players rush towards him going, oh, if that's a penalty, it's a handball. He just points to the spot. So what did he see to actually give the penalty?
Probably that. Probably just the hand go up and thinking, oh.
So he saw a hand go up.
Yeah.
And the ball hit something.
Yeah.
But he didn't see the ball hit the hand.
Yeah.
So he had just assumed that, okay, since all these guys are claiming it's a penalty, it has to be a penalty. The other thing is, he has a linesman.
Yeah.
On that side of the... You see my problem with this guy? There's a linesman there. He has an assistant on that side of the pitch. The linesman doesn't raise his flag up.
Yeah.
So what exactly is he there for?
Yeah, So, okay, so the lineman didn't raise his flag.
The linesman didn't do nothing.
And he didn't go to the linesman either to go.
He just gives a penalty. And the linesman has a better view from his own angle.
So the linesman didn't say anything.
He didn't.
That's interesting, yeah.
And all this happened in one game.
Yeah, Hey, on the right side, you guys won, so.
True. Yes, we needed that win.
Yes.
We definitely, after the 4-1 loss to Newcastle. I thank God. But I had all the things you guys said on the episode, though, in my absence. But thank God I wasn't here. We needed that, but shout out to them, 3-2.
Yeah.
Gallagher misses the game against
3
United.
points.
So
unfortunate.
That sucks, yeah, but 3 points, yeah.
But anyway, that's refs for you, I guess.
Bro, there's a problem, man. There's a problem. They should take all of them on a masterclass. All of them need to go on some officiating masterclass thing. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Maybe we should just stop talking about football and start just talking about the referees. Try to
we change it from what the football to what the referee.
Yeah. WTR.
Or what the officiating.
WTO. Okay.
Yeah.
It could work. But anyway, we're not going to do that.
No.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Liverpool Fulham. 7-goal thriller.
Oh, what a game.
Out of the 7, the 4, I think, were just incredible.
Oh, man. Liverpool were scoring like screamers, bro. Those goals were just great goals.
Yeah.
First off, I don't want to say that was a very interesting game to watch.
Yeah, well, especially, I mean, credit to Fulham as well, taking the game to Anfield. I mean, come on, man.
That was a great game. Also, the City Sports game was a great game to watch.
Yeah.
Even the Chelsea-Brighton game was a great game to watch in the sense that there was just suspense. You didn't know what was happening. All teams were just going for it.
I think teams are starting to feel the pressure a little
Except
bit.
for Chelsea, though. Towards the second half, they just fell back and tried to soak up pressure.
Oh, sure. But I think we're getting to now that good part of the season where, like, teams are slipping up a little bit. Some teams are gaining advantage.
And I think there's no international break for a while.
And there's back-to-back games now. So every game at this point counts.
Yeah.
We got the games from this weekend. We got midweek games coming up.
The next weekend.
And then we got next weekend games again. So that's a lot of games for this.
Football,
yeah,
man. I think this whole week, there are games the whole week.
yeah.
There are games Tuesdays. I think there are games Wednesday. I think there's a game on Thursday.
Yeah.
So it's like every day, man, there's something to serve. But back to the game. I think it was a great game.
Yeah.
The first goal, I think it was Arnold, free kick off the crossbar, and hits Leno, goes in. Anyway, it was a great strike. Great strike of the ball. Then Wilson pulls one back, makes it 1-1. Doesn't celebrate for one team. McAllister, bro. That goal.
Yeah.
That goal from McAllister I don't know, man. That's just beautiful.
And he's never going to score one again like that.
You never know, bro. You just never know. He strikes it so well.
He does,
beautiful. Yeah. But
you don't expect that from him. I haven't seen him score goals like that.
I have. I think at Brighton,
yeah?
he scored like a free kick. He scored like a few direct free kicks and stuff like that.
Okay.
Something that did happen in that game was the injury to Leno, though. And the way he was all patched up.
And he kept going, man.
Yeah, at some point, I felt like you could only see with one eye.
Yeah.
Because he was all, the guy was, he felt like he was in a mob or something. Like he fought with 7 gangsters. I don't know. Yeah,
it looked really bad. And I said to you at one point, like, is there no keeper on the team that
there was the substitute
trust?
Goalkeeper. So I was thinking maybe when he goes in for halftime, he won't.
That's what I thought too, but no.
He came back out.
Yeah.
But
they could have probably checked him and gone, okay.
I mean, maybe he could have also said, I can do this, I want to play.
I mean, of course he's going to say that, but you shouldn't believe him just because he says that.
Well, you remember the Kepa?
He could say, hey, I'm ready to go, and his eyes swollen like, oh my gosh.
Remember Kepa refusing to go off when
okay, that's a different situation. That's just stupid. Okay, that's just stupid. And then Sarri just tears his shirt. If you know, you know. If you've seen that scene, you know. It's like straight out of like an Italian movie. Like,
that's just what it was.
Stella!
But it was great.
If you know that reference, you know.
So he stays on.
Yep.
Then they make it 2-2. Tete?
Yep.
Kenny Tete makes it 2-2.
Yep.
Then I think it was 2-2 by halftime.
Mm-hmm.
Start of second half, Liverpool continued what they were doing. But then towards the end of the game, Bobby makes it 3-2. That was the overread.
Yes.
And we were like, is it gonna happen?
Yeah. Because I just made a mention where what if they lose?
Is Fulham going to win at Anfield? Wow. And then Liverpool just switched back on.
Yep.
It was like they waited for something to get it back in the groove. And that goal just did. And then Endo comes on and scores that another great goal. Just a corner in the top corner. But then the final goal, Trent again.
Yeah, man.
I kind of feel there was a foul in the build-up.
Yeah, so that's probably going to be the one that everybody's going to talk about as a controversial goal.
I do feel it was a foul.
Yeah.
Because Bobby heads the ball out.
Yep.
And gets jumped into by, I think, Tsimikas. But for some reason, the ref doesn't give it.
Mm-hmm.
And the ball gets to Trent and he just smashes it back.
Yep.
Great win for Liverpool, but I feel like 3-3 would have been a better scoreline. Not because Fulham deserved to draw and Liverpool did not deserve to win, but because I feel like the 4th goal, there was a foul in the build-up. And it was funny that VAR didn't even look at that.
Yeah, that's, again,
so
the refereeing.
Yeah.
Not sure what's going on there.
Shout out to Liverpool, though. 3 points.
Shout out to Liverpool. Shout out to Fulham, man.
If they had drawn, you guys would have had a lot more breathing space at the top.
Hey. You know, we'll take what we can get.
Like a lot more breathing space.
We will take what we can get.
Yeah.
But shout out to Fulham as well, though, to take the game
they did well.
To Liverpool, because Anfield's not an easy place to go. In fact, some people believe Anfield is just an incredibly special place.
Well, Real Madrid don't. They don't.
Fair. But a lot of people do.
Yeah, it's a nice place.
It just has a certain magic, I guess.
It does, especially on European nights. Then hearing the crowd sing the "You Never Walk Alone" and all of that, it's just beauty.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is.
Anyway, so that was that game.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Newcastle versus Manchester United. United dropped points. Again, another loss.
I don't have anything special to say about that game. I was expecting Newcastle to win it.
Oh, really?
Yes, I was.
Wow.
Because I watched most of the game. Newcastle were by far the better team.
Wow.
United didn't play like they really wanted to win it.
Man.
And this is a Newcastle team that have won. They had won Chelsea 4-1. They had gone to Paris and lost. No, not lost. They played 1-1 with PSG.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should talk about that game later, briefly. And then they came back to play Manchester.
Mm-hmm.
The same starting 11 against Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
The same starting 11 against PSG.
Mm-hmm.
The same starting 11 against Manchester United. 3 games in the space of like 8 days, thereabouts. And that is not because Eddie Howe doesn't have some tactical things to do, because he's out of options.
Sure. Yeah.
Most of his players are still out injured.
Mm.
So those guys had to play 3 big games in 8 days. That's asking a lot. Luis Miley had to start all of them. Luis Miley is 18.
Wow.
18 or 19. Livramento has to start all of them because their first choice right back. I think Livramento is right back or left back. I think it's left back. Dambon is still out. What's his name? Botman is still out.
Mm.
Wilson is still out. This guy who used to be with you guys in Arsenal, Joe Willock.
Oh, really?
He was out, came back, went back out again.
Wow.
So they have so many guys injured and all, but they still played way better than Manchester United.
They're pushing forward, and the goal was really cool. The leg was a good team goal.
They still played way better than Manchester United.
Yeah.
But
that's another loss for them.
Yeah, the thing with Manchester United is, I think when he's beginning to feel like, oh, maybe Ten Hag's job is under pressure, he would win a game and 2.
Yeah.
Then after that, he will lose 1. And so it's like he knows the right time to get a win or something.
Well, Dennis said last week their problem is Ten Hag. He should just not be on the pitch.
He should be in the stands, right?
Yeah, because they won against Everton. He was in the stands. I think he was back now.
Yeah, he was back on the side.
They lose.
So. It's what it is. It's what it is. It's moving on.
But anyway, United dropped more points. Newcastle, for them, that's probably a very, very big 3 points.
Yeah, because after that, they move up above United on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good.
So that's good for them. Bottom of the table.
Mm-hmm.
Burnley show us that there's a team that's probably doing a little bit worse than them at the moment. Smashed 5-0 against Sheffield.
Yeah, I think it's, well, shout out to Craig.
Yeah.
Shout out to Craig. It was a good time for him. I actually texted him and he's like, bro, something to celebrate.
Yeah.
So 5-0 at home, that's good, because I think before now they had lost like their last 6 home games.
Yeah, this is only their second win.
Yeah, I think that was really good. And also to keep a clean sheet.
Keep a clean sheet too,
also really good. Sheffield did get a red card. Oli McBurney was sent off towards the end of the first half. But by the time he was sent off, it was already 2-0. So shout out to Burnley. They needed that stuff, because I think no matter how much faith and stuff you have, if you keep losing,
true,
pressure keeps mounting.
Yeah.
So to win, they needed that. So I think company has some breathing space now.
Yeah.
The guys who are under pressure, I think someone like Steve Cooper from Nottingham. I think he's under pressure. I don't think De Zerbi should be under pressure yet, because I think they won like only 1 in 8 in the league though.
Well, they're also in Europe as well.
Yeah,
so
they're doing okay in Europe and all. So shout out to Burnley. Not much more I can say about it.
Yeah, that pushes that, but that's big for them, because that pushes them above Sheffield.
Yeah. So
that could be
they're no longer bottom.
The dawn of a new.
Let's see.
Run for them, to kind of journey out, and maybe with them, maybe we'll see Everton journey out as well, because they after that 10-point deduction, and that crazy sort of period that they've had, they won 1-0 against Nottingham Forest away.
Yeah, they did. What's his name? Dwight McNeil with the goal.
Yeah.
So it was good. They needed that.
Yeah.
Funny enough, if they didn't have that 10-point deduction, they would be comfortable mid-table.
Yeah, true.
They'll be at about the same points with Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Or close to Chelsea. Not like exactly the same point, but really close to Chelsea.
I have a feeling they'll get out.
I think so. Sean Dyche is a good manager.
Yeah.
It might sound funny, but as Craig told us when he was on, he took them to Europe. But
Right.
he's always, up until the last time though, when he lost his job or was fired, he's always done enough for Burnley to stay up.
Right.
So he
yeah.
understands this. I think he would. I think he would. He should. Let me say it that way. He should get the team over the line.
Well, the reason why I say I have a feeling that they'll get out is because their first match at home against United, after that 10-point deduction, you would imagine, okay, it's like what's going on, and like you feel a bit down, shows in the body language and in the performance. But that was a game where I felt like the scoreline didn't reflect how they had done in the game, even though they didn't get the goals that they should have gotten.
They should have, because I think in that game they also missed some opportunities.
They did. They missed quite a few. And so their response, in that match made me think, okay, despite the 10-point deduction, they could still get out of this.
They could.
So
they could. Yeah. I'll leave it at that. They could.
Yeah. So let's see. We'll see what happens with that.
There's enough time.
In the Premier League.
There is enough time.
But yeah, it's getting quite exciting.
It is.
Shipping up top, bottom, middle, pretty much everywhere.
Shout out to you guys. Top of the table. Top. Enjoy.
Keeping the hope. Keeping the hope.
Keep hope alive, bro. Keep hope alive.
So that's the Premier League from this weekend. This is a bit of a unique week because we're gonna have midweek games.
Yes.
And then weekend games. Yes. So in the span of just a few days, our favorite teams are gonna be playing again. And then in the span of a few days, again.
Overdose, bro. Overdose.
So let's see how that goes. Some big games coming up, especially so in the midweek. One of the classics, Manchester United versus Chelsea.
Oh man, that's
gonna be a good game.
I hope it is.
Two teams that are struggling.
Yeah.
Once Titans, so. Now.
Well, United are above Chelsea on the table, so
not by much, bro.
Like by 3 spots or so. Chelsea is like 10th. United should be like 7th.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah. I think United should just play nonsense so that Chelsea can win.
Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, but I think it should be a good game. It will be a game with chances at both ends.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that will happen. It's just who takes the chances. That's what it's going to be. Alas.
Let's see. Villa play Man City. That's going to be a good one.
Midweek also?
Midweek.
Good stuff. So Grealish would not go for that.
Sadly, yeah.
Yeah, and even Rodri, because they both have 5 yellow cards.
That's right.
But that's cool. That's cool.
And then Spurs play West Ham at home.
Oh, London Derby. That's good stuff.
Let's see how that goes. Maybe they'll have a bit more of a confidence.
Yeah, now that they've played City 3-3.
Yeah.
Let's see how that goes. I also hope my boy Kudus. Kudus, who is having fun. I think he's come to the Premier League. He's having fun.
Yeah.
Let's see how Kudus does.
Good player.
Yeah.
And then the weekend, just I guess two sort of big matches, Villa and Arsenal.
Who's home?
Villa are home.
Oh, so you guys are playing your former manager again?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So let's see if it'll be a good evening or not.
I see what you did there.
And then
let's see.
Spurs versus Newcastle.
Ooh, that's a big game. I
anticipate that's going to be an intense game as well.
That's a big game. But yeah, cool. Looking forward to that.
Yeah. So that's the Premier League. Cool. Let's touch a little bit on the Champions League.
Let's go, bro.
Because we didn't get to talk about that, and that happened. I think last week. It was last week, I think.
Yes, it did. I got to see some of the games there today.
Okay, let's give a shout out first to the teams that have already qualified, because there are some teams that have made it to the last 16 or the round of 16.
Okay.
So from Group A, we have Bayern Munich.
Shout out
Bayern. Not surprised, I guess.
No. Nobody should be. In that group, nobody should be.
No. Arsenal and PSV from Group B have qualified, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, you guys did really well. 6-0 against Lens.
Yeah.
By halftime, 5-0.
Yep.
I'm like...
Six different goal scorers.
I'm like, Arsenal are in the mood, bro.
6 different... Dude, I swear, man, our Champions League games have been so fun to watch compared to the league games. I don't know what that means, but it's been fun, man. Good to see the Champions League back at the Emirates.
Cool.
But anyway, Arsenal and PSV from Group B have qualified. Real Madrid from Group C have qualified. Real Sociedad have qualified from Group D.
Yeah.
So have Inter.
Yes.
Group D.
Inter played a 3-3 with Benfica, I believe.
Okay. Atletico Madrid and Lazio from Group E have qualified.
Cool.
El
Cholo and his boys.
Dortmund from Group F.
To me, I think that's kind of surprising.
Yeah.
Not like it's a bad surprise, but I didn't think like
you
at the start of
it was
at
PSG.
the start of the season, yeah, I wouldn't have said that Dortmund would be the first team to qualify.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they qualified. I'd say, speaking like this is the start of the season.
Yeah.
But for them to be the team that's qualified first, I think that is really good stuff. Not just for, what's the coach's name again? Edin Terzic or something like that.
Okay.
And the boys, I think that's good stuff. To go to Milan and win 3-1 like they did.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff.
Yeah. Dortmund from Group F. There's 3 more big teams in that group as well who it's actually quite open for those 3 teams.
Yeah, I think
so. We'll see who
everybody
qualifies.
can qualify depending on some certain results that come up and something like that.
So we'll see how that goes, and then when that happens, we'll come back in
like 2 weeks' time.
In 2 weeks' time, figure out who all the final qualifying teams are.
Yeah.
Anyway, Group G, Manchester City and Red Bull Leipzig.
As expected.
City as expected. But those two had a really intense match where City were losing at halftime 2-0.
Yeah, I think
they came back and they won 3-2.
Openda had 2 really good goals.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, but City.
Yeah. And then Group H, so far Barcelona is qualified. Waiting for the others to do their job.
I guess Dennis can sleep happy.
Yeah, that's right.
Dennis can chill.
For now.
Yeah. So shout out to Barca. Speaking about big teams who can still qualify.
Oh, yes.
Manchester United, I don't know.
Yeah, well.
So they are bottom of the group.
They are bottom of the group.
The only way I think they can qualify is if they beat Bayern in the last game and hope that Copenhagen and Galatasaray drop
points.
I think if they draw and United win Bayern, they will qualify. But the funny thing with stuff like that is you put your qualification hopes in the hands of another person.
Yeah, you can't do that. Can't do that.
And that game, in the last game, which was away at Galatasaray, though 3-3, there was Onana, which many people think he was at fault for all 3 goals.
Yeah.
The first goal, kind of at fault. Kind of. The second goal, definitely, because he I don't know if he was trying to punch it out or lift it up, or whatever he did, he ended up in the net. The third goal, I think, was a beautiful goal. We're talking about Galatasaray's goals now.
Yeah.
I thought that was a beautiful goal, but people felt like, he was beating at his near post, so that's kind of like his issue. That's just it. I think it was a great goal. Could Onana have saved it? He could have, but it was also a beautiful strike. The guy hit the ball so well. It's like Bruno's second goal for United. That was also a great goal. But they are where they are. They have to find a way to claw themselves out of it and hope that the other game goes the way they want it to go. And
let's see.
That's just hard.
Yeah, it is hard, but I guess that's football, you know.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, after that game, a lot of people were asking, should Onana still start in the game against Newcastle?
But who's going to start if he doesn't start?
I think they have Tom Heaton or somebody like that, I guess. But whatever, it's like what I kept telling you at the start of the season. Onana doesn't have competition. I don't feel like he does. Kind of like what Raya and Ramsdale do have. Although many people feel like that's no longer a competition. Raya will keep starting on the big game.
And Ramsdale probably is going to leave.
Yeah, we'll talk about that another day. Let's leave it out.
But yeah, Onana is just, I feel like it'll be clear if he gets dropped. It'll be clear why he's being dropped.
Makes sense.
That's the thing. And if that does happen, that creates a lot of talking points, for everybody basically, and it puts Onana in a position that's like, you're the problem basically.
Well, I think the good thing is there's a high tendency that he will be away for the AFCON in January.
Oh yeah,
I think United should encourage him to go. I know I say it that way.
Yeah,
because there's some, I don't know if I should call it news or rumors that are moving around going, he might want to withdraw from the Cameroon squad so he can focus on his United career.
Oh wow.
But I feel like Ten Hag should actually encourage him. No, go represent your country, do all of that. So that in that, because I think the AFCON is about a month. So most of the games in January into like early Feb. Let them give whoever the other guy is a time to prove himself. Or what they could do is let Onana go and get another keeper from somewhere, maybe on loan or somewhere. Somebody to just keep him on his toes. But I don't even know why I'm advising Man United. What the heck is all of this?
I feel like you have a soft spot for Onana. We talk about him a lot. You talk about him specifically a lot.
The guy gives us content to talk about.
Yeah, okay.
It's like it's just his team, he and his team. So Manchester United will always give you stuff to talk about. Always, bro.
So anyway, let's see what they do then. I guess with their group.
Yeah.
Their group. I guess it's Group A. Yeah.
Yeah, it is Group A. I think Harry Kane will be looking forward to coming to England.
Let's see how that goes. So yeah, we'll come back to the Champions League. I guess when the final round of games come around. But and we know who for sure is going into the round of 16.
Yeah, and who's going to the Europa League.
Excuse me. I guess that's all for the Champions League. And other news.
Quick one on the Champions League though.
Okay.
Did you see the PSG Newcastle game?
I did not, but I did see the controversy.
Yeah, okay. Do you feel like that was a penalty? Because I think it wasn't. And I think UEFA agree with me because the guy who was in VAR was told to stand down for the next game.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Moving on.
I don't know. I think it's a 50-50 sort of thing.
I don't think it's 50-50. I think it's not a penalty.
I don't know. I just thought it was ironic how Eddie Howe was complaining about that goal right after, and then weeks ago there was the whole goal.
The one against you guys.
The one against Arsenal. He was like, well, I don't know what.
That one is much more of a 50-50. Yeah, that's not one.
I don't know, man.
The penalty one against PSG, that was not.
I have to watch it again because I didn't watch the match. So.
I saw the game. But that's by the way. Let's move on.
But if UEFA did that, then they probably saw it and they went,
yeah,
we screwed up.
Yeah.
So anyway, in other news, FIFA had their under-17 final.
Yeah, the under-17
World Cup.
Yeah. So that happened in Indonesia.
Germany versus France.
Germany and France, the final. That was a great game. I got the privilege to see that game. Germany started really well. 2-0 lead. At that point, you feel like, well, game done. They are world champions. Because Germany are also the European champions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they won the European under-17 tournament, I think 6 months ago. And funny enough, they did knock out France.
Wow.
Yeah. So 2-0, it felt like game done.
Yeah.
France make it 2-1.
Yeah.
Then a midfielder for Germany, somebody winners somebody. Sorry, bro. But I know there's a winners in his name. Winner, somebody, he gets a red card, second yellow card, so he gets sent off. Once he gets sent off, boy, France pile the pressure on them and get the equalizer to get it to 2-2. And then they keep piling the pressure. I think Germany had 1 or 2 chances to actually score. They didn't. And they were literally just playing for the penalty kick. That's Germany, I mean, because they were with 10 men, they were under so much pressure. And the thing with the tournament was there was no extra time. So at least for the games that needed a winner. So once you play your 90 minutes and whatever stoppage time is added, you go straight into penalties. I'm assuming it's because they are on the 17. I'm also assuming the weather in Indonesia is not the best. By the best, I mean, there was a game where I was looking at it and I was like, that's hot. There was another game that was delayed. Or actually, the game started, but there was a lot of rain. They had to stop it.
Wow.
So I'm like, it's so hot here. It's raining here. I'm like, wow.
Very tropical, yeah.
What kind of place is this? But it was I think in total it was a good tournament. Cool. And then they go into penalty kicks, and that was one of the most dramatic penalty kicks I had seen.
Really?
Yeah, because Germany missed one, so the French goalkeeper makes a save, and you're like, oh, France have this now. And then some French guy goes and hits the crossbar with his. I'm trying to remember his name. I can't remember his name. Maybe Shangi. And then it's level again. And then the German goalkeeper makes a save. And the funny thing, though, is the guy who started in the final as the German goalkeeper was not the first choice goalkeeper.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So the first choice goalkeeper had started the group stages and I think played the round of 16 or whatever it was, quarterfinals or something. Then he fell ill.
Oh, wow.
So this guy, Haider comes in to replace him, I think, in the semifinal. And in the semifinal, saves 2 penalties to send Germany into the final.
Wow.
So I think the coach looks at that and goes, man, you playing, bro.
Yeah. That's cool.
So Haider plays in the final.
That's cool.
And saves a penalty for them to win the tournament.
That's pretty cool, actually. What's his name?
Haider, Heide.
Let me look at this.
Some young, beautiful guys. I look at some of them and I'm like, I didn't look this way when I was under 17. But good stuff. I think it's a great tournament. Yeah. The Golden Ball guy, Paris Brunner, German player, great player.
Okay. Wait, the German player's name was Paris?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And she broke French hearts.
There you go.
But it was a great tournament. I feel like tournaments like this just give you an opportunity to get a sneak peek into some folks who could turn out to be superstars in the next few years.
Well, that's something I was going to ask you. Were there any players there that are already kind of up and coming in their clubs?
Yeah, so I think the Brunner guy, I think he plays for Dortmund.
Okay.
But the Barcelona guy, McGill, the guy who came on, I think, some weeks ago and scored a goal.
Okay.
So he was the center forward for the Spanish team.
Cool.
That's McGee was there. Those are the ones who I know for certain. So McGee was there. Bruno was there. There are not too many others that I actually know, like from watching senior level football.
Yeah, I'm looking at the names right now.
But you could see that. I
don't think I've seen a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but you could see that these guys are stars for the future. At some point, Victor Osimhen was doing the same thing at under 17. I think when he played, he scored like 10 goals in the tournament.
Yeah. And
some years later, he's Napoli's biggest goal threat.
Yeah.
At some point, Phil Foden was playing there. We just watched him this weekend score a goal against Spurs in the 3-3 game. Yeah. So I think tournaments like this also give clubs the opportunity to look at players and go, well, that guy's a star for the future. We should get him now. So I think it's definitely an opportunity for talent to be built, but it kind of works as I don't want to say this in a disrespectful way. It works like a showcase of young talent for clubs to come and pick.
I'm sure there's scouts there going,
definitely
going over and looking. Oh,
definitely.
Who are these players who are?
So I think
really
Paris Brunner, the German guy. Some clubs will be calling his agent now.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Is he available?
I'm sure. Even the keeper.
Haider, yeah, all that kind of stuff. It was really good stuff. There are 2 guys in the Argentina squad. One scored a hat-trick in the semi-final. One scored a hat-trick in the quarterfinal.
Wow.
Yeah. So in the quarterfinal against Brazil, they won 3-0. Their captain, I think number 10, Echeverri, scored a hat-trick in that game.
Man, they're breaking Brazilian hearts everywhere.
I tell you, bro. Then in the semi-final against, was it semi-final or third place, whatever. Their center forward, Roberto, scores a hat-trick also. I think Roberto ended up with the golden boot and stuff. So it's a great tournament. You just see future stars and stuff. Some people will drop off, some people will go on and do great things in their career. But it's good stuff.
It's cool. So I guess that was the under 17.
Yeah.
And then there was also the UEFA Euro draws.
Yeah, that has been done also.
We're waiting for a few teams to play their playoff.
Yeah, I think
matches,
the last 3 groups have one spot, but those spots have like 4 teams fighting for them.
Yeah. Is it 4 or 3?
I think it's 4. I think it's 3 places.
Okay.
Sorry, 3 groups with 1 spot available.
Yes.
So I think there's like 4 teams fighting for 1 spot, something like that. 10. But good draws. I think England have a good draw.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's one group of there. I think it's Italy. I should have looked at it if I came on. But good draws.
Yes. And that tournament starts in June.
Yeah, it's over the summer.
Keep your put that in your calendars. June.
Yeah, I think June.
Football's not going anywhere.
There's a lot of football.
It usually doesn't.
Yeah.
You just don't know about it.
Even in the new year, the Asian Cup starts in January.
True, yeah.
The AFCON starts in January.
Yeah.
And then the season actually keeps going while that is on. Then over the summer, there's the Euros. So it's enough.
There's a lot of football going around.
That's enough.
But that's kind of what's happening in other football news. Is there anything else?
Nah, not that I can remember, to be honest.
Think that's it, huh?
Yeah. Great weekend.
Great weekend, yeah. Great weekend, great goals. I wanted to say for Spurs, they gave the man of the match or player of the match to Kulusevski.
Yeah,
they should have given it to the goalpost that that's saved a bunch of the goals.
This Arsenal guy, you just every opportunity you get to do something to Spurs, you just take it.
It's so fun, man. It's just so fun. Anyway,
what you doing?
I guess that's it from us. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Folks, like and subscribe, share with your friends. Comment, let us know what you thought about all these crazy things going on, the goals, the big referee calls or decisions and VAR things, whatever. I don't even know what to call them anymore. Anyway, but yeah, let us know what you think. Comment in the on YouTube or on our socials, and yeah, get in touch with us. We love hearing from you guys. We loved hearing from all the folks last week, giving shout outs to Dennis. That was awesome.
Dennis, the big boy now.
So yeah, maybe he'll be on again at another point. If you guys want him on, let us know. But yeah, thanks for being with us if you made it this far, and we'll see you next week. And keep watching football because there's a lot going on this week and next week.
Yep.
Next weekend. So keep watching. We'll see you guys next week.